Alright y'all, this is kind of an unplanned video, but I want to get my wife on here, the Homestead Honey, and it's been a while since she's made a video with me, so we'll go from there. Anyway, this is the day of Easter, and we had a good turnout today at church. We had a good service. Everything's been good. The kids had fun, and we had some of our tribe over today. We did a little, we had to go to my parents' house and try to work on a cow. They had a cow with some health issues, and then we had to do some stuff here, and then I ended up having to go over to their house and help them with something. So it's been an adventure.
Very thankful for everybody that can help out and share responsibilities. It makes it a lot easier having the farms. Both of our families have kids, so I think it makes it a lot easier having the extra hands at one time.
We're also cooking supper, so I have to get up and stir it every now and then. But anyway, the cow ordeal. We had it had a calf the other day, and it can't get the milk from the mama. She has
Mastitis,
and I think the cow's about 6 years old. Has had like 6 calves, and they either lose the calf or have to feed it with a bottle because she can't give milk. And they called the vet and said that she's just been that way so long, it's too much scar tissue that there's really nothing you can do for her. So
yeah, it's lumps in the udder the size of softballs, so it's blocking it from letting the milk come down.
yeah, so it kind of sucks, but anyway, we tried. So, and as y'all know now, we got 2 cows of our own, which came from their farm. We got a bull and a cow, and that's pretty exciting. The kids are excited about it.
We just turned 2 of our goats out with them this afternoon.
Still have a lot of fence to put up, but like I said before, with working late now and here recently, pretty much all the weekends has been some kind of holiday or birthday or something, so we hadn't been able to tackle it too hard. Hopefully before too long I can get the rest of it up and have more room for the we'll try to turn the goats out with the cows. I think they'll be able to intermingle and not bother each other. If we have enough space, they'll be able to each other's face and stuff.
Cohabiting.
Yeah, cohabiting. But anyway, we did that, and our buddies that's in the tribe came over today and brought a feed trough to me and brought their wheelbarrow, and we had to move some hay at the end of the field up here where the goats didn't eat it during the winter, and it's all mashed down and starting to mold and everything. So we got it up so the grass will grow, and we moved that to the compost pile. And I got a couple clips of us getting that, so I'll attach that on the end of the video or something. But
Kids enjoyed finding worms.
yeah, because we have a little worm compost bin in the greenhouse, so we whatever worms we come across we'll catch and throw in there. I hadn't really bought any actual composting worms, so I just throwed some regular earthworms in there and let them go for it. So if nothing else, it'll be an easy way to find worms to go fishing or something. So
They're pretty big to be an earthworm.
yeah, they are. I don't know why, but the ones we normally dig up like out of the garden ain't that big, but I guess just being out there in that rich, rotten hay and stuff, they just got huge. But anyway, that's interesting, and letting the kids get their hands dirty, so that's cool too.
They're absolutely filthy.
Yeah. We got like 10.5 wheelbarrow loads between the 2 of us, and I worked on it a little bit by myself a few days ago, and I think I did 4 or 5, so it was quite a bit to be moved, and it was definitely a big time saver of having another, more people and another wheelbarrow and things like that. It's a saying that Barry uses a lot. I think it's many hands make light work or something like that. And that's true. I just made a short video a little while ago about, having a tribe and everything. And you really need a tribe. If we bring it back to the beginning, was it 2019 or 2020? Beginning of 2020 when we started adding all the homestead stuff, we pretty much did it by ourselves because we hadn't got with the ones we're with now.
Yeah. All of our kids are 2 years apart, so in 2020 we had one that wasn't even a year old yet. And then we had one that was 3 and one that was 5. So it's been very busy.
But yeah, we started hanging out, was it about August or something?
Mm-hmm.
I think about August. And we started, we've been going to the same church for a while, and then before.
We're wrong.
Huh?
We're wrong.
We're wrong what?
No, they've been going to church with us for over a year. It was 19. Time flies.
Yeah, it does, don't it?
So we had a infant at that point.
Yeah.
She was 2 months old when we started hanging out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It does fly. This whole last year has been a blur, but anyway, so
Sorry. Edit that part.
we started hanging out, but we wasn't doing the tribe thing yet.
But we had already started our
Yeah,
chickens. We had started our chickens. Nothing
we had
major.
started out, doing our thing and everything, and then later on we got to hanging out more and got closer and everything, and then they started coming over and helping us, and we helped them and things like that. So
We didn't do our garden big until 20.
yeah.
So really we just had the chickens.
Well, we started doing the homestead stuff
And
at the beginning of 2020, about February, when we added all the stuff. And they've had livestock like sheep and goats and stuff, and a cow or two here and there and stuff for a while and everything. But they helped us a lot with our sheep and goat because we really don't know anything about, well, not sheep, we ain't got sheep yet. But anyway, we don't know that much about them yet because I was raised up around cows, so I know a little bit about that. But they still know more than me in that department too. But anyway, we'd known them for a while around the neighborhood and stuff like that, but they started coming to church with us. We had a Cowboy Sunday and, announced it on Facebook and stuff like that, and they came to that because they're into cowboy stuff and stuff like that, and, we hit it off from then. They've been coming ever since, haven't missed a Sunday unless, something come up or something, but, and then we started, by the church thing, and then we built into the tribe that we got now.
it's very rare that we don't see them at least 4 times a week.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's been really good, and it's something we had to adjust to because we're used to doing everything ourselves,
And they are too.
Yeah. So it really worked out good for both of us, because it filled a lot of things that both of us was missing.
Yeah.
We have a small group, small tribe or whatever, Some people call it a MAG, Mutual Assistance Group, and I've referred to MAGs and stuff in the past, but really what we've built, I think, is more tribal type deal. But yeah, we really have built the bonds, over the last few months or so, since probably about August of 2020.
And it's been some that we've built that isn't as strong as our main one. I think it's important to have people that you can rely on to help you and for you to be able to help them with the farm and with the children. I mean, it takes a village to raise kids, and it really does, because doesn't matter how hard you try, it just always helps with extra hands.
And that was another part I was going to get to, but anyway, when we built the smokehouse, we were really needing to get it done one night and really pressed for time. And, you know, the wife came over and watched the kids so we could do it at night. I made a video on it and everything, and we had the work lights out there and everything like that going on, but that was just the only time we had to get it done. And you know, that made a lot of difference because just watching the kids makes so much difference. If it wasn't for that, I would have to be out there doing whatever I could do by myself because she would have to watch the kids, you know. So that makes a big deal.
It lessens accidents also.
Sometimes. But yeah. Sometimes it's hard to find a group, and especially good people that, you know, both sides can benefit, and you've got to both be willing to work and help the other people, and you know, whatever like that. You know, it's not a one-way street. So a lot of times that's really hard to find, and it took us a long time to, you know, find that group. But anyway, so we're excited this year. Like I said, we just added a couple cows. You know, the goats are doing pretty good. We got some more baby rabbits that were born today on Easter, so that's pretty cool too. And you know, we got chickens. We got some small ones that's about a week old, I think. And then I got the incubator full again, so we'll be ready to do that again and keep raising up the flocks and things like that, and keep trying to do the best we can do to be prepared. I ordered, I don't remember, but it was last year sometime, maybe November or something. I ordered a new All-American canner, but it was on back order, and they said it would come in like March or April. And it's like, you order and kind of forget about it, and you do kind of wonder if you will get it, but it did come last week, so that's cool. That thing is really nice. I used it one time already. We had a bunch of chicken and some pork chops and stuff. It's been in the freezer for a few years, so I brought it out and, you know, run the canner with it, and that thing is smooth. I like it.
Yeah, frees up space for the new year to come.
Yeah. Really, I like canning things a lot better than I do relying on freezers, because if you have a power outage or the freezer just craps out, you know, if it's canned and stored in a good location, you really ain't got to worry about it for, I think on meat they said up to like 5 years if it's pressure sealed, you know, right.
Also, one thing with the meat being canned, well, the way we do it, we cook it first a portion of the way, so it cuts down on the time of having to prepare meals also. And that makes it really nice, especially with small kids.
Yep. So if you don't have a pressure canner, I encourage you to go ahead and get one if you can find one now, and start stocking up on jars and lids, because I've seen a few. I've seen more packs of jars than I have the actual lids. They were coming in stock a couple months ago, and I was picking up some here and there, but I've looked recently and they're pretty much wiped out again at, you know, local farm store and Walmart and things like that. So it may be a concern this year. It was last year. People couldn't find jars and lids, and seeds were in shortage last year too. I don't think we're going to be a shortage on the seeds this year, but the canning stuff probably still is. We've added some tame blackberry vines and some blueberry bushes and strawberry plants and some grapevines too, so I'm excited to see if they start growing pretty good, which I think it's going to take a couple years on the grapes and the blackberries. I'm not sure about the blueberries. We may be able to get some off this year, but I know the strawberries will harvest this year. So that's pretty cool there. She makes a really good cobbler, blackberry cobbler or blueberry. I'm really liking the blueberries now. She started making that, what, a couple months ago or something?
Last week.
last week. But anyway, I really like the blueberry, so we might have to add some more bushes. And I want to add some more apple trees too. We've got a few, and I want to add some more because I really like those things that come back every year. So you can, plant it and forget about it more or less, and you'll have something to rely on every year. You can count on coming in. We've got a few things planted in the garden, some potatoes and onions, and what's the other stuff?
Cabbage and broccoli. And after the 1st of May, we'll start planting the rest of everything, which will be pretty neat because we can transplant out of the greenhouse and put it into the garden. So we'll have a jump start on them. Have an early, mid, and late garden.
The greenhouse is doing pretty good now. I made a video on that the other day. It's picking up a little bit, but it's exciting. I enjoy doing the homestead stuff. The small goat we got, Coco, is growing and doing good. She likes running around with the kids like a puppy dog or something.
We let her in to feed her the other morning and she went missing. She was trying to jump on the kids' bed.
But yeah, I'm trying to bring her on here and she's real camera shy, as you can tell.
It's better this time.
It's better. But yeah, another friend of ours, his wife messaged her the other day and told her about these things, which was a pretty good sale on them, and it is
4 pounds.
Augustin Farms hard white wheat. 236 servings and net weight 24 pounds. Freeze dried, so it's supposed to have like 25-30 year shelf life. And we got 2 of them. We're gonna put one in long term, and we're gonna open one up and try to grind it up and make bread and things like that, and kind of get the feel for it,
Also,
or at least she is.
One thing we're going to try is to figure out how to long-term store eggs. And we're going to do the trial run with the lime in the jar.
Yeah.
To be unwashed.
We've got a lot of things coming up. Be a lot of gardening stuff. Hopefully this year we'll be able to get more footage. Now I've learned a little better editing things and being able to put clips together and stuff, so hopefully I'll be able to make some more videos on that. Hopefully we have better tomatoes this year. Last year we didn't get very many, so we wasn't able to put up a whole lot. She made a lot of salsa and stuff, but we didn't put up a lot of tomato juice or things like that. We had some different experiences last year with it. We got an old-fashioned mill type thing to where it's like a container and a wooden thing where you punch it and get the juice out of it, and it holds the seeds and stuff in there. And then she borrowed a hand mill from her mama that is kind of the same thing, but it's got like a crank handle that does it. And I ordered a can't remember the brand now, but it's supposed to be a really nice mill, and it's got a couple different sections, does whatever and all, separates the juice and the rind and the seeds and everything like that. So that'll be coming in, I think, this coming week, so that'll be pretty exciting, and hopefully it works good and makes everything easier and faster. Since we work full-time jobs, and then we have all this homestead stuff on the side and the garden and everything like that, anything that makes it faster is worth its weight in gold. Just like the canners. Last year when we was doing all this, we were running 1 canner, so we could only do like 7 quarts at a time, and that takes forever. So,
and for anybody thinking that they work full-time jobs, both spouses work full-time jobs, and you're raising children, it's really a lifestyle choice in what you want to do as far as the capability of raising the garden and raising the animals. Because last year, we were outside in the middle of the night with flashlights picking garden because that was the only time that we had to do it.
And that was with handheld flashlights. We didn't have these really nice hands-free ones. So that'll be helpful this year. But yeah. That's about all I've got. How about you?
I think as a relationship point of view on it, it draws you a lot closer because you're trying to work together to provide for your family. And sometimes it's hard, and sometimes it's, exactly what you need to make it through everything. So, as a female perspective on it, I guess it's part of why you put me on here.
Yep. And sometimes it's ups and downs. Sometimes you get frustrated, especially when you're trying to do it and watch kids at the same time and everything like that. And with the whole thing, we're both going towards one goal, and that makes a huge difference. It's not one that's like into prepping, one that's not. So you really have to work together to get the full benefit out of it. You know what I mean?
And as far as the financial part of it, yeah, I know a lot of times, not being particular, but women are the ones that keep up with the finances. And it took a long time when we started to figure out that, this is what we needed to do, and to buy more in bulk and be able to put it up in storage so we don't lose it. It was a big change, a big adjustment, but I think it was worth it. It's proven to be worth it this year.
We're still getting used to everything like that, and the more organized part of it, of keeping up with our stock and rotating and not letting stuff expire, and the things like that, we're still working on that part because, like I said, full-time jobs, kids, homestead stuff, and
their school, their sports.
Yeah, they're doing softball, and a lot of times on the weekend we help people do stuff and everything like that. So really, it's not a lot of free time and time to do those less important or less priority tasks, like going through the pantry and writing down what you have and everything like that. We focus more on, like today, hey, the hay needs to be moved so the grass will grow, and this cow needs to be worked on, and things like that. I'm really big with that. Stuff like that out there, I'll go jump on that, a whole lot faster than going through the pantry type of deal. But we're working on it, and like I said, we've really only been doing this serious for a little over a year. So as we get more accustomed to it, and when we have like our homestead stuff mainly checked off to where it's just kind of day-to-day upkeep instead of building and progressing, then we can focus more on other things. And as the kids get bigger, they'll be able to help more, and you'll have less small ones to have to tend to so much, and things like that. So I think it will get easier as we go along with it. But
a lot of people say that we should use our time more wisely, but we do take Sunday as the day to go to church and to praise the Lord and teach our children, and we also take Wednesday nights. They said, well, if you didn't go Wednesday night, then you could do this other stuff. But there's nothing more important than going to church and teaching your family about God. And I think it's one thing that's really important in the foundation of it, because if it wasn't for God, then we wouldn't have any of it.
Mm-hmm.
And if we forget it, it'll be taken away.
Mm-hmm. That's true. But I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up now. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching and having her on and everything. So if you have any questions for her, any kind of video you want her to do, and address maybe a female perspective of something or whatever, you can go ahead and put that in the comments, and I'll see if we can't get her to do it. So I guess we'll wrap it up. Stay prayed up, prepped up, and strapped up. See ya.